what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say? Like, it's such a time where you don't want to feel ignorant on any topic, or you just don't talk about it.
Yeah, no, I get that. All of our conversations are all over the place.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're doing. We just talk.
Doing it and figure it out.
We don't know.
Like being parents.
Yeah, you'll once again figuring things out.
I look at Caleb and I'm like, this size thing cannot come out of me. Like, and I'll be like I'll measure it like down below. I'm like, it's just not possible.
No, it doesn't seem possible. That's why my doctor's like, if he's over 8 pounds physically, there's absolutely no way with your anatomy. Like, it's impossible. There's no way. A bone doesn't move. She's saying bones don't move.
Right, didn't you have a chart that was like, this is 10 centimeters or something like that? Have you seen those, Chessney? Oh.
It's like this wheel of circles, and it's like, here's your vagina getting bigger, and then it's like this, and then the circle gets bigger, and it's like, and this is you giving labor, and you're like, what?
Why would they do that to us?
And it was in a prenatal yoga class or training here.
Can I touch on that, Brit? Like, you've got like really big for your body type, and this may be like shifting a whole other conversation. Like, we live in a world like social media, and like these influencers, they have like these little basketball bellies, and like they don't gain any weight anywhere else. How was that like your experience versus like a lot of what we see like happen? And you're not even like huge, your baby's just a big boy. Like, that's what it is.
I'm huge. In the beginning of first trimester, when I was first pregnant, I immediately was like, how am I ever going to get my body back? And I thought like super vain for probably like the first month and a half I was pregnant. I was only focused on that, honestly, which is pretty selfish and vain. And then when I got into second trimester, I was like, oh, this is my new body. Like, I started getting more comfortable. And then my trimester, I was like, oh, I am not in control of my body at all now. Like, it's just happening. It's happening for me, not to me. I'm growing life, and I had this like different perspective. But honestly, because a lot of people were like, oh, you're really big. Like, legitimately,
I think I said that to you.
A lot of people said it. I knew I was really big because I kept comparing myself, and I was like, how much bigger can I get? And so, yeah, it was really challenging being comfortable, I guess, in my own body. And I'm not comfortable. I'm still not comfortable. I'm not going to be comfortable till this baby is out of me. And that's okay. Like, I think I just had to come to terms that that was okay. Like, to just not be comfortable with not being comfortable.
What was your experience, Lindsey? I feel like you're a pretty small person. Did you like stay pretty small?
I don't, okay, so I was the very first of anyone that I know to be pregnant. So touching really quickly on what we were saying earlier, I feel like a lot of projections that people put onto me were people in my mom's generation. So that was like a whole nother thing, because my mom's generation is so traditional when they talk about pregnancy. So a lot of the things that we're bringing up weren't even brought up to me. So I kind of felt weird asking the questions. And, you know, the only person I could really ask other than Google was my gynecologist. So I like that we're having these conversations so that other people maybe that don't have a pregnant friend before them, like they can look at this and say like, oh my God, thank God, something inappropriate that I can relate to. Yeah. But about body changing, I feel like Levi was basically all in my stomach. I don't really think I grew anywhere other than my stomach, and my boobs were massive, like knocking people's eyes out, massive. And now they're like flat as pancakes again. But, you know, I didn't really accentuate my bump because I was so nervous. I've always been kind of a smaller person, so growing at first made me really uncomfortable. So I hid it up until I was 5 months pregnant, because I didn't even have a bump until then. Yeah. So then once like 5 months hit and you could tell like, oh, she's not fat, that's actually a baby in there, I felt a little bit more comfortable like dressing to the bump. And after that, like once I knew that it was a bump and not just like a gut, I felt like, oh, this is amazing. And I loved my pregnancy body. I got hips, and normally I have like a 12-year-old's body. So it was awesome. I loved it.
I just like, I just hit like that. I don't look like just a chubby girl. I like have like a bump now. So
yeah,
and it's a lot nicer, but like I definitely feel like I've gotten wider. And so it's been so interesting, like getting like used to my new body and like what I'm eating now and like what I do, like working out and what everything looks like. It's so different. It's humbling. But like I did my first Pilates class this morning. Pilates is already humbling, and then you just like add the baby bump to it, or just add like a baby to it. No.
Hey, I commend you for working out and staying on top of that. I didn't do that at all during my pregnancy. Just
Don't let that saying fool you. Like that's the first time I've worked out in like months. Like months.
That's kind of what I did. When I did second trimester is I went back and I was like, oh, I have my energy back. I'm feeling like this is my new body, and now I'm like getting like comfortable in it. Let me try working out. And so like I worked out a couple of times like at the gym, and then I also got like a pregnancy yoga package, and I did that a few weeks in a row, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Doesn't it just like wipe you out? Like I can work out at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 1, like I'm done for the day. I hate everything, brain dead, done.
Yep.
And that's new.
That might not get any better, just so you know.
Amazing.
Do you feel like you've had to alter a lot of different parts of your life? Do you feel like you're starting to make a lot of different changes to go along with your pregnancy?
I don't think I always had the best relationship with food in general. I would like keep myself from eating certain things. Just like when I go out to eat, I would like make sure to get like a salad. Like even if I really wanted like a burger, I would just always like take like the healthier road. And so like really, and in the first trimester, my biggest food aversion was vegetables, which is like all I ate previously. And so, and then you like mix like being locked inside your house for 2 months and like and being so tired and like not wanting to cook. Yeah, like adjusting food was a really big thing. And now that I'm in my second trimester and food aversions aren't as much of a thing, still like allowing myself to like eat things instead of being so hard on myself about it. It's like changing that mentally. Working out was huge. Like that's where I felt like the most myself, like coming to terms with taking a step back and realizing like I can't do that all the time, and it's going to look a little bit different to modify. And then that leads me into not being able to do so much as well. Yeah. Like, and I think that that's been really great about like the whole coronavirus is like I didn't have a choice but to like slow down, because I think I could have spiraled really quickly and got really hard on myself if I would have had to go from like 90 to 0 without like being made to. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. Yeah. I think coronavirus, the COVID stuff and having the quarantine, I feel like that helped me because I was spiraling out of control with my pregnancy and feeling like pressure of having to work and just do so many things and go and maintain my old lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And then I think it kind of gave me an excuse to be able to surrender and take that time and that break. Not probably as much as I could be, but like it was helpful.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm the kind of person that I can't even nap during the day. Like I will fight through it and just like wear myself out, and really just adjusting to like, okay, if you're still not gonna nap, like you just need to sit and just like close your eyes and like relax. And that is a whole new thing for me. But I think that it's also allowing me to like make space for when the baby actually gets here too, and just like slowing down in general.
Yeah, I think that can be sort of like a natural way of like your nesting phase, which doesn't always happen to everybody, but I think it's like a natural progression of, not for Lindsay, she worked up until like 2 days before she had Levi, but like some people want to do that and they can, and then some people are knocked on their butts thinking that they can do it, and they have a rude awakening, wake up call, and they're like, oh shit, my life's about to change. My body's changing, my mental capacity is changing, everything's shifting. If I'm not going to do it for myself, someone's going to make me do it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Remembering that you're not necessarily doing this for you, but you're doing it for the little human that you're growing inside of you. Because I was the same with you. Like I try to make the healthier decisions most of the time. But when I wanted to eat a chocolate bar a night, I was like, you know what? This is clearly what is best for him. Otherwise, I wouldn't be craving it. So I just need to say, screw the calories, screw whatever it is that I'm concerned about, and like, just let it happen.
Yeah. Like allowing yourself to do like that kind of stuff that you just need. And then like making space transition so well into like having a kid. And then also like before that, I wouldn't say that we had like a hard time getting pregnant, but I didn't get pregnant like Brit did, like on the first like time I tried to get pregnant. And so like I was reading like all these books in the process, and it said like something that really resonated with me and stuck with me was your body knows if you're just going, then you don't have space for the child in your life. Like you really, even before you get pregnant, need to step back, slow down, so your body knows that it can make space for a kid. And I was like, okay, like that was like a rude awakening.
I think that's what we ended up doing. I quit drinking the year before, and I started really focusing on like what I was putting in my body and working out and just focusing on getting a healthier mindset and a healthier body so that I could make space for that. But I think the one thing I just didn't slow down on was like the work stuff. But I think that there's always a bigger plan and always a bigger picture of everything. And sometimes we don't see that until we're in it and we're experiencing it. But I think it really just comes down to letting go of perspectives from other people and expectations from other people, or influence from other people, or from yourself. I know mine was a lot for myself, and just surrendering. I think that's what it comes down to.
This is something that my doctor told me to do. She said, read to your baby. And I could not get the connection. Like I did not feel, I don't know. I tried to read in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Like there was no, I don't know. I felt weird until the very end. Like I would talk to him and I would say like, oh, Levi, I can't wait to meet you. But I like I couldn't grasp that concept. Are y'all having the same experiences there?
I can't do it. Everyone keeps saying, do you talk to him all the time? My sister keeps saying, you have to read to him. I'm like, I don't know him yet. I mean, like he's in there. I talk to him once in a while. I touch my stomach a lot. Like, you know, like I know he knows I'm in there. I feel him kick when I say certain things and whatnot, but I can't get into a full conversation with him or read him a book because I just don't have that connection. And everyone keeps saying, like, what do you mean you don't have it? And I'm like, I don't feel like I could just have a chat with little baby here. Okay.
What's really funny is like I've convinced myself that he like knows what I'm thinking. Like there's like this weird connection, which is probably not true at all. Like I've even told my husband, I was like, yeah, like he knows what I'm saying to him. I feel like whenever I feel him kick, I'm just like, oh, hey, like I feel you there. Like, hey, honey, like I'll say something like that. I think like what helped me, like I haven't read a book to him or anything when I was a nanny and I was reading to like a 3-day-old baby. And I'm like, this baby has like no idea what I'm saying. Like, why am I reading to it? I feel like that's kind of that same like concept. So maybe I'll feel okay doing that because I've already like passed that like it's not silly to me because I've done it before. So maybe there'll be that connection there, but I get what you guys are saying.
I think that's a little bit of a leg up that you have because you were a nanny with a lot of things.
Yeah, I think that there are things at the same time, like now I have a little boy and I have no idea what to do with a little boy because I've only nannied girls.
Oh my gosh, I just remembered we're all boy moms.
Boy moms.
Boy moms club.
So thanks again for tuning in to Oh Mama, Are We Doing This Right? Thank you, Chessney, for talking with us today. It was so fun having you on here. Best of luck in your pregnancy, and thanks for watching.
Yes, thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye.